What's coming out of your mouth? What's coming out of your mouth? What's coming out of your mouth? It's Shay and Peach. Check him out, check him out. It's Shay and Peach.
All right. So we want to welcome you all to What's Coming Out of Your Mouth. This is supposed to be for Mindset Mondays, but we had to reschedule, so we're gonna call it Wednesday Wisdom, which we will be talking about some mental health awareness things. So this is my beautiful guest tonight, Miss Brittany, also known as Miss Queen Quality. So welcome, welcome, welcome. It's
Thank you
pleasure.
so much, Queen.
Yes. So Miss Brittany, how is the quarantine been treating you?
Whew. Mm. Quarantine has been something else. First of all, everybody out there needs to stay safe. You wear your gloves, you wear your mask, wash your hands, do whatever you need to do in order to stay safe. And not only as yourself, but as your babies, okay?
Oh, yes, for sure.
Sometimes I'll be thinking about taking my shoes off, which I do at the door because I don't want to track anything throughout the house, okay? So with that being said, be mindful of all these businesses and everything opening up.
Yeah.
Because as far as in our county that we stay in, I noticed that the numbers have been going up almost.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
So the drive-throughs cook at home, stay at home, do whatever you need to do in order to be safe, because we can always talk about the coronavirus, the COVID-19 being a conspiracy, but the thing is, it is killing people. It has people out of jobs.
Well,
So safe.
Yeah, that's true. Now the cook at home thing, I don't know. I'm struggling in that area. I'm not gonna even lie. So, I mean, I think we should try to cook at home, and not try to go to these restaurants. But it's difficult because even though we're going through this, a lot of people are still working, still have a lot of things going on. So, you're just tired when it comes down to that cooking situation.
Right.
Yeah. But
go ahead.
I do agree with taking the shoes off. I'm even trying to get my husband to just take off his clothes and leave them in the garage and put on something else before he come in, because you don't know what you're bringing in from outside. You know what I'm saying? Especially now with more and more people moving around. So that's good.
Absolutely. We have to be mindful about everything and keep it going,
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Well, okay. So we're gonna get into tonight's topic. Talking a little bit about parenting issues. So we all know that with this being Mental Health Awareness Month, the main your upbringing is responsible for a lot of the way you move and interact with other people. So we want to just kind of talk about, does bad parenting create a space for mental issues to develop? So just off top, would you say bad parenting creates a space for mental health issues to develop?
Well, I would like to ask you,
Okay.
just to make it clear for the viewers, okay? What are we talking about when we're talking about mental illness, mental space, your mental awareness? What exactly are we targeting right now?
Well, I think it's more like having self-assurance. I guess it's not necessarily a mental illness per se, but it's not having clarity on who you are as an individual and how you should operate in the world, because you're going off based of things you've seen growing up in your environment. So
Absolutely.
I think overall we're talking about your makeup as yourself and the awareness of yourself in your mind. So does bad parenting create a space where you're unsure of yourself because of different issues and different things you may have experienced in your upbringing?
I believe so, absolutely. It's going to take a bad woman or a bad man to completely get out of that mindset that you came up with a messed up upbringing that your mother provided for you or your father provided for you, And then like when you hit 18, like you're good, like you're grown, like you're fine. There's nothing going on mentally. There's nothing else that needs to be said. No. Okay. Our parents, as well as religion, as well as your community, it's like it all goes into like this big cookie jar. Okay.
Okay.
So you are growing up with these beliefs and these values that your parents bestow upon you from when you were a newborn, from when you were a child,
Right.
you know?
Right.
So if my mother believed in going out, shaking her tail, not coming home, bringing home Tom, Dick, and Harry, okay? Or my daddy believed in not being there, you know what I'm saying? Like whatever the case is, I think that plays a major role in how an adult evolves into his or her true self.
Right. So do you think that people struggle in this area, because we know many people who have experienced tough upbringings because of things that the parent displayed in the home, or the issues the parent had and they pass it on to the child. Do you think that more conversations are not being had to bring light to these situations, and people just sweep it under the rug? So that way people find themselves unsure of how they should better themselves.
You see a smile? Girl, it's like talking about your parenting and like the bad parts of it, it's almost like taboo. Okay.
Yes.
I think that it's taboo, almost like how people want to discuss how much you make an hour. Because to be honest, when you go to a job, okay, you ain't supposed to discuss how much she make and how much he make, because it might be different. Y'all doing the same job.
Absolutely.
Okay? So it's taboo as well as sex. Okay. You ain't supposed to discuss certain things.
Right.
So when it comes down to your upbringing and your parents and how you were brought up and the mental things that have been going on with them and how it has influenced your life, it does not want to be discussed. I think it should be, but to the right people. Okay.
Yeah. Do you think it's
Big
more in
Mouth
our
Sally.
community? Do you think it's more of us in the Black culture that don't talk about it, the things that they experienced growing up, more in comparison to our counterparts?
So our counterparts being Caucasian, Hispanic, Spanish, Dominican, whatever the case is. I think that not so much, because I think that when you become a friend with somebody, they are able to open up to you.
Yeah. But we taught in that household, what go on in the household, you don't tell what's going on in this household. You know what I'm saying? No matter how bad it is.
Yes. Oh man, don't you hate that?
Yeah, that's horrible.
I need to talk about that sometimes.
Yeah, you need to let things out, and then you find yourself growing up and thinking that it's okay for me to have to go through this because mama said don't tell nobody. So why should I feel like it's something that I need to get help for? Because growing up, it was an environment fostered that this what they call it, dysfunction. I can't think of another word, but this dysfunction that you raised in is okay. So then you grow up and exhibit those same patterns into your family. You know what I'm saying? You start seeing a repeat of the roles. That's how we get into generational curses and generational patterns going on and on, because nobody is willing to break the cycle.
Yes. Now, I think that a bigger question is how to break the cycle. Do we talk about it with our spouses? What if you never get a spouse? You talk about it with your therapist, your shrinks, your friends. I think that the biggest issue or the biggest way to overcome that hurdle is to go to the source.
Absolutely.
Go to your parents.
Yeah, okay. I agree. But what if the parent is not willing? Because like if you see a lot of times you try to grow up, right? And then you start realizing some things that you disagree that mom or daddy did. Some parents are not receptive. You know what I'm saying? They gonna say, well, there's no handbook to being a parent. Or the parents may say, well, don't come to me with that because I did the best I can. How dare you? You know what I'm saying? And I think that's where we have to become as a people, to realize that we may not have done everything perfectly. And every child is not going to be receptive to those things that we put out there, but be open to embrace your child and say, baby, that's all I knew at the time. but let me
Mm-hmm.
apologize for the hurt that I may have caused when I was learning myself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But you got to be open and willing to that.
Yes, it's very, I think that, okay, so specifically speaking on a, for the woman
Mm-hmm.
inside of this type of relationship, mother, son, mother, daughter type of situation, I think that is especially hard for a single mother because in their mind, they do honestly think that they did everything that they could have.
Oh,
And at that time, it could have been.
yeah,
It
that's
could have
true.
been the
That's
best
true.
they could have been.
Right.
What I do see a lot of is, and it's been happening for years, Shay, like
Yes.
decades, for generations, and it's the mothers having children at a very young age. So honestly, you're not even in that headspace to even know
Yeah,
what.
they don't have the tools. You know, they're still
Yeah,
growing up themselves. So how
yeah.
can I give you something that I don't have?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But that parent has to say, hey, look, I'm having this baby and I'm young. I need to learn what I can learn. But yes, I'm going to make some mistakes. But let me catch some of these things and realize the negative effects that it's having on my child. Because
Mm-hmm.
believe it or not now, whether we see it or we ignore it, we start seeing these signs in our kids that they are having
Yeah.
an adverse reaction to our parenting skills.
Yep.
You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? You start seeing your child acting out in different ways. So to me, that's the time that you had to go inward. So I want to kind of backtrack a little bit. You said that who should we talk to? Yes, we should talk to mom. Yes, we should talk to somebody, a non-biased person. But you also have to really go deep to figure out what are these things that I'm dealing with before you try to go to the source. Because you have to really figure out, is this a pattern that came from the parenting, or is this something that you didn't develop based on that whole situation?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Absolutely. Whew, I mean, it's just.
Okay, while you doing that, I'm gonna take a few comments somebody's saying on here. Someone says you can have someone and they don't agree, which is true, like we said. Now I spoke to my mom about it when I was way younger and in therapy, and she did just that. She said it's not my problem and wouldn't come to my session. But later I revisited with her and talked about it. She apologized. And that's another thing. You have to realize that when you get ready to have those conversations, the people may not be ready. And they
Mm-hmm.
have to probably sleep on it and say, man, I didn't realize that I did that to my child. Because I think you got to be open to either response. You got to be open to them receiving it, or you got to be open to them shutting you down. Because sometimes we are unaware of our actions.
Yeah. And, when you first become a mother, you don't get a handbook.
Right.
There are no instructions that come with having a baby, birthing a baby, raising a child. And let me tell you something, I'm in the age of raising a 7-year-old little girl. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I did not know, still am taking advice from my elders and trying to seek out to my ancestors, and through prayer and meditation, trying to figure out what in the heck I'm supposed to do.
Right.
But I think it's when you, as a mother, you cannot be selfish. You have to you have to try to find your inner self, your inner peace, whatever the case is, to try to get over what has been put into your cookie jar. You know what I'm saying? Because the things that have been put into your thoughts and beliefs when you were raising up may not be what needs to happen right now in your children's age right now. Okay, because it's a little bit different than what it was years ago, from when my mama was raised up and my grandmother and my great grandmother. Times have definitely changed. Okay,
for sure.
Yeah,
and I think that's again the self-awareness come in, that you have to say, well, a lot of parents do things. They say, well, my mama did to me, so I'm gonna do it to you. But just because your mama did don't make it right. Just because her mom did don't make it right. And and also it don't make it necessarily wrong. But you have to see, is that a positive pattern that you're passing on? You know what I'm saying? And I mean, even if you do everything right, a child could still receive something that you're doing right in the wrong way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you still have to be
outside influence. Yeah,
but you still have to be aware of it. So some of the mommy issues that we have got people telling us about in preparing for this conversation was that their mother not being emotionally supportive to them. So what are some reasons why you think moms may not be emotionally supportive to a child?
I think that, okay, in today's economy, with paying bills, okay, it is so difficult to go to work and then figure out your job duties at work and then come home and take care of what needs to be taken care of at home. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes my daughter just needs to have a conversation. It don't have to be about school. It just needs to be something that's on her mind. But mentally, I may not be there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still worried about what my supervisor at Sanderson Farms has said to me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's, oh my gosh, it really does take you to have to sit down and just really think about what's going on and how you need to refocus your attention onto your children in order to get through it. Now, I think that another thing that we might be thinking about, and especially as a single mother, is finding a father figure for the
Yes.
child.
I'm glad you brought that up. Yes.
And I mean, that's cool. It's okay, but it's been done for years. Okay, we can always try to find a father figure in that, and that. Oh, a girl almost cursed. that ish is not. It may not happen. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, oh gosh, I don't know, girl. Take it.
Well, I think the problem with finding a father figure is this here, and I mean, I'm just speaking from my perspective because I haven't been personally in that situation, and I wasn't raised in that type of situation. But I think the problem with finding a father figure could be the mom. The mom, are you focused more so on having a man for yourself or having a father for the household? And you know, if you're more focused on having a man for yourself, yes, you're having a father figure. It's a man in the household, but you are more focused on that relationship and what you all have going on versus what he brings to the family. And so, or if you're looking for a father figure where he can enhance the family as a whole. And so that's why I think that it goes wrong, because then you bring this man in and you all focus on a relationship. The kids feel left out. You know, the kids feel emotionally unsupported. They feel abandoned. They feel like mama chose a man over me. You know what I'm saying? And then that man don't work out. And then you get another man. And then another man. And then another man. So all these patterns, now all these issues from each layer is developing. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Instead
ma'am.
of, you know, what happened to the time when your mama could have been dating a man and you never saw the man. You know, all you knew when it was 10 o'clock time for y'all go to sleep, mama left. You know what I'm saying? But you putting all these men in front of your children, boys or girls, you know what I'm saying? Do you think about the effect that's bringing on them? Are they learning healthy relationship patterns? You know?
I think that's a bigger issue, and I don't really want to put an age or a certain generation or a certain decade from which these children are growing up.
Yeah.
Because I know it's been happening for a long time. But that kind of brings it back to the mental awareness that you have to first know who you are as a woman before you bring any man around your children to try to be a father figure.
Yes.
If you don't know who you are as a woman, how do you know what man you want to be for your own children?
Yes.
Period.
Absolutely. And I
Because
think
going out to the club ain't gonna help it. Drinking Hennessy. Oh, girl, what was that blue drink? Alizé. You know, all that stuff is not gonna help it. How good your girl, I mean, it does not matter how good this mouthpiece is, how good your body is, how good it looks. It's all about up here.
But
You have to lead with this. You have to make sure this is right. No matter if it's good with God, with Jesus, whoever, whatever your spirituality is, it does not matter. You have to be good within yourself in order to even lead your children and to even bring the correct man into your life.
Right. And I think I'm gonna take a few comments, but I want to say this: you have to be comfortable, and I don't know, we all over the place saying, like, you have to also be comfortable in your singleness and make sure that you are whole and make sure that your kids have what they need from you before you add another component, because it's already this person coming in that's not their father, and you know they already having issues from that. And people can say what they want to say, but you know, it's a void that's within any person that does not have a relationship with their biological parent. mother or father. So no matter how many men they deal with, no matter how many women they deal with, no matter who they bring in, it's still that empty void that, we just biologically designed that way. That nobody can fill that void. So you have to make sure that you're secure within that emptiness, that you won't take from what you should give to your kids to try to fill that with another person. So
no money, no toy, don't fill that void, child.
That's right. Okay, somebody said, and this is something that we want to talk about. What she says is some moms are jealous of their daughters, and I'm going to say it because I've seen it, and many people won't say it. And hallelujah, I am glad that she said that, because we want to talk about that.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
How can you and what in you make you jealous of something that you birthed?
Girl, that's so difficult, because I have no earthly idea why something that came out of you that you helped grow and nourish and you breastfed or you gave them Similac, regardless, you would take by that child life. And I just don't understand, but it's here, and I just don't. Me personally, I don't get it. But let's talk about why.
Mm-hmm. I think it's something inside of that person that they are not dealing with. See, at the end of the day, we can talk about all these things, but it boils down if you are doing your self-work. Because if it's something in you that this person that grew inside of you, you birthed it, and you come out and you can say, well, she got too much, her hair, she got pretty hair, and my hair natural, or she light and I'm dark, or she's skinny and I'm fat, or anything. And even like the women that go so far as to say, you wearing this kind of stuff around my husband, like it's something in you that you are really struggling with, that is making you be in competition with your own daughter and another woman. You know what I'm saying? You can look at that when people really don't have a good relationship with other women. Women don't have a good relationship with other women. It's something that they struggling with. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? When you just look at it, why is another woman your competition? Like everything about this other woman that you can't get along with no women.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's something inside of you. So people need to really work on themselves and look inwardly and say, where is the disconnect where it's causing me to hate my own child?
Now, I've seen a lot of Facebook videos, a lot of Instagram videos and things of that sort, to where the women, I mean, literally, a grown woman, let's just say 45, and the daughter is, I don't know, 25. And they have been talking to the same man, and the man could be coming over to the house, and the daughter is wearing booty shorts, and the wife is like I don't know. I don't know, but I think that has to do
the daughter and the mom is dating the same guy.
The daughter, okay, so, and this is one specific video. I don't know the hashtag. I don't know where it came from. I just know I saw it. It's on one of them Instagram journeys, when you just start flicking through videos and start looking at stuff. So, it probably came from the shade room. But this daughter, this woman, and this the mother and the daughter, they had started arguing about, oh, you all up on my man, and you need to put some clothes on, and that's why he want me. He don't want your little young tail. But at the end of the day, the man did want the younger woman. He was trying to talk to both of them. It is what it is.
Yeah, now, but see, that's a sickness. That's a sickness because. Okay, speak. On it. The fact that the mom and the daughter would allow this man to come in to be attracted to both of them in the first place, that he felt comfortable enough to let them know that he was interested in both parties, and they felt that it was okay to get involved with him, knowing that the other one was involved. That's the type of sickness right there. That's a family pattern. Like, who did they see doing that in their family? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What makes that okay?
There's nothing okay with that.
There's nothing okay. So, I mean, these type of things that we need to talk about and we need to stop. Like, we want to really break patterns, but people have to be willing. People really have to be willing.
Here's a moment of truth, okay? Okay. I will never. My mother is beautiful. I'm never. I mean, I don't even have to say it. I ain't never been jealous of my mama.
Right.
But that's just me personally. I can't speak for the next person that's listening to this live or anything like that. But as far as in other women I grew up with, probably worked with, or whatever the case is, I was jealous. I was extremely jealous. They had better makeup than me. They had more money than me. They looked better. Their shape was better. They didn't have they didn't have no belly, just all kind of different things. But that was a thing that was something within myself that I have to correct. Okay, I had to understand which I'm still learning. I ain't there yet. Okay, but I had to try to figure out that, Brittany, you are beautiful. Look in the mirror. God made you exactly how you need to be, and you don't change. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So at the end of the day, that mother is going to have. Gosh, and I really hate to say this because, I mean, in my mind, and please correct me if I'm wrong, but at a certain age, I figure that, oh my gosh, or maturity, that you should be able to get this stuff together. Like, you should understand your worth at a certain age. I don't, you know.
Yes.
I really don't. That's the part that really behooves me. Okay.
Well, see, the thing about it is, in my opinion, and then I appreciate your moment of transparency, because some people will not be honest and say that. And it's, you know what I'm saying? That shows maturity in you, that you are able to recognize, why am I jealous of this other woman? You know what I'm saying? I'm just as beautiful. She may have flat stomach, mine may be a little flat, but that doesn't negate that I can be just as beautiful as her. I mean, you have to remove those society constructs and say that this is beautiful and this is not beautiful. You know what I'm saying? And find your own beauty. But like you said, also, you have to get to a point that you have to realize that. So a mother that cannot recognize her own beauty or whatever her deficiencies are, and look at another woman as her own child and be jealous, that is an issue with her. You know what I'm saying? And then the mom is supposed to be reaffirming the child. So like, you know, everybody, I'm just big on that. You know what I'm saying? In my raising, people may say, well, you have a lot of confidence. I feel like people saying you very confident to be fat. I'm just gonna be, if we talking about it, let's talk about it. You know, to be a big girl or whatever. But to me, it don't matter, because it's women skin as a pin and they don't have self-confidence. But in my household, we was raised that you are beautiful, you are gorgeous. You know what I'm saying? You always constantly being reaffirmed. So we didn't have a chance to get self-doubt in ourselves. So to me, in my head, I don't care who I'm up against. I'm the baddest bee in the room. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I come in, but not in a negative way. But that's just how I'm gonna carry myself, because that's in my head. But that's because I'm receiving that all those affirmations growing up. So sometimes this could be another reason why these women, the parents, you know, the mother of the kids, what happened to grandmama? Did grandmama not give it to the mama, so the mom don't have to give it to the daughter? You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff go way back than just the parents.
Absolutely.
So,
I think that something else that kind of transpires with the jealousy within a mother and a daughter is maybe the daughter growing up with siblings. I've heard of this a lot, several times, and you have 3 daughters, and you right smack that in the middle. Okay, what am I supposed to do? The oldest, she gets responsibilities. The youngest, she's the baby. I'm right in the middle, so I'm lost. Where do I go? What do I supposed to do?
Yeah, but see, that's when that parent have to not show a difference in any of them, and make sure that every child has what they need. Like me and you, we talked about this before, about having so many kids that you cannot pour into all of them. And I think, this is my personal opinion, it's selfish to have so many kids, because we only have so much as an individual, right? So it's selfish to have so many kids that you can't pour into each child. So you find that people say got the middle child syndrome or this and that. But that should not be an issue. You should make sure that each of your kids have what they need to go out and face the world. Even if you don't have it, you can do research. I mean, there's no excuse in these days and time. You can go and figure out, okay, my child is struggling in this. What do I need to do? Or you can get kids therapy and yourself family therapy. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you don't have to wait till you become an adult or till the child become an adult.
Mm-hmm.
You have to catch stuff early.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So we're gonna get off the mommy issue some with the girls and talk about some of the guys having mommy issues. So some of the things that we receive, let me get over here to my notes and see that the son may have a hard time in relationship with women because he's trying to compare these women to his mom. Lord have mercy.
Girls.
The son don't trust women because he had a mom that had men in and out the house, you know, so he think all women are whores or promiscuous. Uh, or they just baby them to the point that they don't know how to be stand up guys and make things happen for their family. So what are y'all thoughts on that? People in the watching, what's your thoughts, Miss Brittany? Miss Queen Quality.
Yeah, God, keep on petting this ponytail like it's about to go somewhere. It's about to stay right here. Okay. So the biggest issue that I've had, I think that the mommy issue with men is pretty severe. So I used to think it was the daddy issue. But what I mean, every guy is different. Every personality is different. Every man's individual drive to success or to failure is completely different.
True.
But I think that their dad being present in their life, if they're there, if the dad is there, then they would like to be better than what their dad has ever been. Okay, I'm gonna be there for my son's games. I'm gonna be there for my daughter's recitals. I'm gonna be there for graduation to financially support.
So you saying if the dad was in the home?
Yeah, or I've ran into some issues to where the mom and dad was actually divorced or separated, but the dad ended up showing up, so he was still getting that. I mean, it wasn't that in-house support, but
Right.
they were there.
But he know that he could count on his dad if he.
Yeah, he could still count on his dad to come pick him up from school, type of situation, even though that they weren't together. Mom was married off and dad was married off.
Mm-hmm.
But it is something about these mommies, and in my mind, what I'm thinking about is the moms, like mama's, what is it? Daddy's girl and mama's boy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, because I hold my father at a very high standard in my life, and I think that the man holds the mama as a very high standard. So
yeah,
if the mama is not there to be there. Not like if she wasn't there, like if she left and divorced and went to go to Oklahoma somewhere or New York, but if she is there in the house, but ain't supportive and emotionally there, always out, always needing something, always having uncles, okay?
Right.
I think that can really mess a man up. And so when they grow up, oh, I'm gonna need for you to be like this.
Yes.
I'm gonna need for you to be done.
Yes, it really messed them up. Yeah, it's either they'll be to one extreme or the other. Like they want a woman that's completely not doing any of those things that mom did, or they want a woman subconsciously that's doing the same things that mom did, which that ruins the whole family dynamic because he came up in it and it wasn't good, but he found a woman that's doing the same thing and that's repeating that pattern more and more because he's not realizing the dysfunction that he was raised in. He realized it, but they say, I've heard people say that we look for our mother or father in our spouses. So, subconsciously, you want a woman like your mom, or you want a husband like your dad. You know what I'm saying? Whether they good or bad. But you have to pay attention to those patterns or negative nuances that your parents exhibited so that you won't repeat that.
Absolutely.
But do you think that single moms has an issue with making the son their man? Quote unquote.
Yes. Oh, girl. I don't think there's nothing wrong with calling your son a king. I think that you should speak life over your children, period, point blank.
Right.
But when my son gets to call the shots and where we go out to eat and who I can bring home. Not saying I'm bringing home everybody, but just this one man that I've been messing with, or I've been talking to, or have a relationship for over 6 months to a year, but yet your little attitude wants to drive up out of here. I see a problem with that because I'm still mama.
That's right.
I know that my values and everything is intact, so I think that's going to be all right.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I mean, I think the kids will have a say so, you know what I'm saying, when it's that type of household. But like you said, they still need to know who mama is at the end of the day. But I think is that where the mom is lacking, they give too much power to the children. And a lot of times it's the man, because you're the man in the house. So you got to make sure this, you got to make sure that. Well, that boy, he's having to do manly things before he become a man. And when he become a man, he's still that young boy because he didn't get all the nurturing that he needed as a boy. So that's when you come to you meeting me and as an adult, but they haven't grown up yet. So then the woman got to meet them and grow them up and nurture them and do everything that mama should have done. And then, by the time he grow up, she died. Sis like, whatever, you can go on.
Yes. In certain situations, I cannot say that a woman or a man should come into any relationship as a whole person or as that person, I guess I should say. I think that you should be in the right spot before you jump into any type of relationship.
Yeah.
I will say that. But I don't really believe that it's constructive to go into a relationship trying to raise a boy. Why do I think? Who am I thinking about? K Michelle.
Can't raise a man, girl. That's my
Can't raise a man, girl.
Yes.
And I ain't trying to be on no feminist type of tip, but I just
But you can't.
I don't agree with that at all because I don't think that a man can raise a woman.
Exactly. You said a mouthful.
Girl, I mean, I don't think that I should be folding up your underwear, and
girl, you're gonna get some backlash on this.
I'm still trying to figure out your energy. I don't need to be doing all of that.
So wait a minute now. You don't think you should fold your man's underwear, like watch his clothes?
Girl, if we getting married, but maybe what I'm saying. No, I'm honestly within a marriage, I ain't talking about no dating and whatsoever. Okay. I watch a lot of divorce court. That's just my go-to when I'm doing my thing, cleaning around the house and things like that.
Right.
But what is her name? Is it Hatchet or Toller?
The Toller.
So you should not be, as a girlfriend, you should not be doing wifely duties, and I absolutely agree with that. Yes. And I agree with that on the opposite end as well. I don't think that a man should be paying all the bills within knowing the woman within 3 months. I mean, you should be showing some kind of effort or whatever the case is.
Or
but
your
I believe
ability,
one becoming two.
Right, your ability to take care of the household.
Exactly.
But, with them doing that and moving so fast and that's how they get that sense of entitlement. So then when things don't work out, but you didn't put him in this space and open up your whole world to him, but then things don't work out, but then he knows all this about you. He can come back at you with this and that. But you created that space. So that that's very vital. I like that you brought that up. But
I'm about to bring this thing full circle because let's go back to mental awareness, okay? Because mentally, if I'm in that space to where I think, or where the next person, or clinically where a person should think that they should be in a relationship, I should not have to go through that space of wanting to be a wife and giving myself fully to a man, or even vice versa. Because the thing is, you don't even know a person. I don't even know how long it takes to know a person. Yes. Because I could be with you this week, you could piss me off, and I'll be with somebody else the next month, and so forth and so on. So you tell me within a 6-month span, I'm going to have so many boyfriends, and I'm going to be showing all these wifely duties and being submissive under God. You understand what I'm trying to say? I don't think that's when you have to know your own self-worth, know where you're going, and know what you're trying to, what goals you're trying to reach.
Yes,
You
for
have to
sure.
stay. If you don't have that, if you don't have your mental game together, you are not going to be able to be successful. And it's okay to take a break from any type of relationship, regardless if that's boyfriend, girlfriend, or even friendships. Look, I need to chill for a little bit. My
Mm-hmm.
head is messed up. My energy is off. My chi is off. I need to pray. I need to meditate.
Mm-hmm.
I need to do whatever I need to do to center myself in order to even talk to you right now.
That's right. And I just think the major thing that out of all of these topics that we really want people to get, that you really have to be self-aware. You have to discover any nuances that doesn't allow you to vibrate higher and be your best self. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter where you picked up the pattern, where you picked up the habit, where you picked up the behavior. It don't matter where you picked it up from. Is that you become aware of it and you stop it. Because if you don't, you're ultimately gonna repeat it and then pass it on, and they can repeat it, and then pass it on, and then you will still have people like us get on here trying to talk and bring awareness to things that has no way of coming to an end because people refuse to face it head on.
Absolutely. So I'm gonna switch this up just a little bit, girl. I got a scenario for you.
Okay.
Girl, I got this dude. He fine. He's 6'3". He chocolate. He is I'm gonna say bee's knees. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
But he keeps on comparing me to his mother.
Mm-hmm.
He
Run.
keeps on. What am I supposed to do? Because physically, I'm attracted to him, and
Mm-hmm.
I've already given it up. I've already gone over that step that you are basically supposed to wait. And Christianity, you're supposed to wait until marriage for. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
So all that has been established is already done, and I feel as though I'm in love with him, but he has mommy issues.
Yeah.
He can't trust me. I can't go out. I can't do this. I have
Mm-hmm.
to do this. What am I supposed to do?
If it was me, in my opinion, I would say that is a red flag, major red flag. And see, this is the thing, like you said, to bring everything full circle. Why aren't you spending time to really discover this man and learn everything about him and realize that he has mommy issues before you get sex involved and all that? Because once all that get in play, you'll forgive anything. And then 6 months down the line, he got mommy issues. He want me to fix his food like his mom fixes food, or he want me to iron his clothes like his mama irons clothes. You know what I'm saying? Or he don't want he got trust issues because his mom used to stay out all night and she was with another man while dad was at home, so he think I'm doing the same thing. But if you don't put
Right.
that time in to see what's going on, you open yourself up to all that. And you getting
Absolutely.
attached to him. Your children getting attached to him. You know what I'm saying? But now you got to call it quits because you can't handle it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
I mean, we have to really look at those things. But and on the flip side, maybe you really like him, and that's his only downfall, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, maybe you can say, why is this an issue? I notice that every time this come up, you said, well, my mama said, or my mama did, or if it was my mama, why are you looking for your mama in a woman? You know what I'm saying? Put it back on him. Make him say, that's a good point. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even realize I was doing it because sometimes we do stuff so much that we don't realize we're doing it, or we don't
Mm-hmm.
realize that it's a problem.
Absolutely. I love
So,
that answer, girl. You better get
but but
down with it.
but I say you better probably run because he ain't. But it's a lot of
Well,
men. It's a lot of men that have mommy issues because their mom has petted them and did all that. It depends on the extent that they probably can work through it and get over. Because now probably about 80% of all men are mommy boys in some kind of way. But it just depends on the depth of how their issue is. But in that right there, that probably ain't what it is.
all right, so I'm about to flip the script.
Okay.
I was just gonna say, yeah. All right. So I am a 35-year-old woman,
Mm-hmm.
and my mother has never been supportive of me.
Mm-hmm.
I am the only child,
Mm-hmm.
but I've never been good enough. I've
Mm-hmm.
never, ever, ever been good enough in her eyes. And since I have become the age of dating, so let's just say 17 years old, okay?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Um, I have been through so many relationships. What am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to figure out where I'm going in life? Because my mother means everything to me, but she doesn't love me like how I think she should love me.
Well, I think that you need to get some therapy, because this is, I mean, like I said, no person can fill the void that mom doesn't feel, or nobody can give you what you think mom should give you. But perhaps mom don't have that to give you, so she cannot support you. You know what I'm saying? So you may have to bag off of mama and say, well, look, I'm 17 now. Mama been doing this all my life. I got to bag off of mama so I can find me. Because think about it, you already in multiple relationships. So now you trying to find that love and all that from outside sources. You know what I'm saying? So that's a red flag within yourself. Why am I searching for love when I got to find self-love? Because she don't know how to just love herself, regardless of if mama love her or not. And that's a big pill to swallow. People be 59, 69, 79 talking about what their mama didn't do. But if she could catch that right now, then she could be very well off. It's gonna take some time, because
Absolutely.
but I think it can be done. But she gonna probably leave mama alone, and then she gonna probably bring mama to counsel too, because mama need to figure out why she not being a mom. Hi. What did grandmama do to her that didn't teach her what she needs to know as a mom?
I completely agree. There is no wrong or right answer to this. It's just a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I will say that one of the reasons why I had originally had brought up this whole conversation to you was because I think my whole entire life, okay, I'm 29 years old. It's always been daddy issues. If your daddy ain't there, you're gonna be on the pole. You're gonna be stripping.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be hoeing. You're gonna be doing all this other kind of stuff. But recently, like growing up, I would say I don't even know what number or what age or what year to put on it, but there has been so many mommy issues that it's like, oh, that's strange. I've never heard of that. What is a mommy issue? Oh, your mom wasn't there, but she was in the house with you. She wasn't supportive, but she worked in order to pay the bills.
Mm-hmm.
It takes more than money than
Yep.
to support your child. It takes more than just putting food on the table in order to support your child. You have to be emotionally there. You have to be I don't know, almost like spiritually there. You have to, you're the teacher.
You have to be connected to them.
Yes,
but I think
absolutely.
that's one of the greatest misconceptions from a parent perspective, that they are everything that their child needs, or because they are putting food on the table, making sure they have clothes, and you know what I'm saying, everything that they physically need to go out to the world to appear that you are giving them what they need. But back to the mental health, we have to make sure that their mind, they have the correct mindset going out into the world. They have mental clarity. They have self-esteem. They're self-assured. They know who they are. You know what I'm saying? They know that their mom is going to be there for them no matter what it is and how they do it. You know what I'm saying? So many people are so afraid to make one little mistake because they feel like their parents going to disown them or talk down on them or blare them out to the whole family. You know what I'm saying? So we have to be a safe space for our kids. You know? And
Absolutely.
so that's why so many broken kids are growing into broken adults.
And having broken kids and not covering it up. And I mean, I don't know. I'm not speaking down upon anybody, but I think one of the worst things that you can do, not knowing who you are and where you are in life, is actually having a child and bringing that innocent baby, that innocent fetus, into something that you don't even know what you're going through. You don't even know what life is. Honestly, who knows what life is? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's according to your culture, to your visions, to your whoever you might believe in, to your religion. But we are all going through this day by day.
That's right.
So for you to be a broken person with these issues and actually going out, having sex, not covering it up, not doing anything about it, that just causes more destruction. And we have to be smarter than that.
Yes, we have to be smarter than that. And even if you are you are so broken and you don't know, you seeking your validation in a man because you have daddy issues and daddy wasn't there, and you feel like, you feel like the stigma of if daddy wasn't there, then she gonna be a stripper, she gonna do this. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Even if you find yourself in that space, you have to be cognizant not to bring somebody else into that space that is going to make it worse, because you don't know where you are. Like you said, where you don't know what you're doing. You're just doing it. You know?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, girl. Because I mean, just the simple fact that she probably, I'm sorry, that word validation, it's a very strong word, and I've sometimes I need to be validated in order. My apologies. I do have two wonderful children.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom is helping me take care of. My queen is helping me take care of right now, as well as my 13-year-old brother. Oh, he's coming.
Yes. We understand, child. You know, Alza is a constant audience member on our show, so we understand. Your mic off. Okay.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you now. Mm-hmm.
That I think that a person that validation is something that we have to seek out in life. Because I remember back in high school, I used to want to be the best volleyball player. I was horrible. Best basketball player. I was horrible. Best dancer. I was horrible. But validation is something that a human being, a human soul, kind of seeks out. Period.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
But once you find out your self-awareness and where you are, you don't have to be validated anymore. And I think that's when you really like grow, and you can really teach and actually be a role model for not only your children but for people around you. Because
that's right.
when you're walking in light and you're walking in positivity and that higher frequency and vibration, everybody around you gonna feel you.
That's
the gas
right.
station gonna feel you. The clerk's gonna feel you. Be with their mask on behind that little screen that they got right now, they gonna respect you.
That's right.
So you have to respect yourself and not seek out validation. But that is something that a lot of women, young women, do seek out, is validation, especially with men. I mean, with men, especially when they have daddy issues, because they seek out older men. You know, I need for you to tell me I'm beautiful. I need for you to give me some money. I need for you to act like my daddy. Otherwise.
That's right. That's right. And you know, like I said earlier, no matter what, you can seek out that validation in a man, several men, and when whatever your thing is. But until you really found validation within yourself, it's going to be a repetitive cycle. And so we just hope that, like, from all of these scenarios that we have discussed, that people really look inwardly and start doing their self-work. You know what I'm saying? You have to be conscious of the issues that you have, your weaknesses, and your deficiencies, so that you can replenish yourself. So I just thank Brittany for coming on tonight. It just was an awesome discussion. We hope that somebody got something from it. We hope that you all are doing your self-work and seeking out the answers that you need to become your best self. So, do you have anything else, Miss Brittany?
I would just like to say, for anybody that is watching, no matter what headspace that you are in, that you're going to make it through, that you will push through, as long as you have that fire in you to keep on going. I think that the biggest thing for me is my children it keeps me going. And knowing that I have a higher purpose in life, it keeps me going. Like, I know I ain't just supposed to be Brittany working at blah blah blah, living at blah blah blah, because my name is going to be known all around the world. You know, I feel the same energy with you as well, Shay. I appreciate everything that you have done for me and my self growth, as well as my family. And I hope that a lot of people do hear our message, that self-awareness, that mental health is the top thing. And let me tell you something, if you got a job, if you have a job that is weighing in on your mind, you cry. I used to have a job. I used to cry when I used to go to work. I had to leave that job. I had to go, no matter how much money it made.
That's right. You got to. Because it's a fine line between sanity and insanity. So you got to be very careful.
So, oh my gosh, walking that fine line is almost like you need that medication. Now, yeah, there's nothing wrong with having medication,
Mhm.
but when you're dependent on it, that is a different
Yes.
situation in order to, and for me, because I need Tylenol, but if I need Tylenol every single day, even when I ain't feeling no aches and pains,
Yes. Come on,
that's a
sister.
big issue. Huh?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Girl, okay, all right, I'm gonna be quiet. That's all I have to say for tonight.
Yes. Well, all right, you guys. We really thank you all for tuning in. I'm hoping that you all got something from the messages that we put out there. And this has been your episode of What's Coming Out of Your Mouth, Wednesday Wisdom. Good night.